Underway. Battle on the Dunes, going to be match number 1. Quite a way to start. Rydrs versus Wings of Daedalus. On the red side, we do have the Rydrs. First ship, the Fancy. A Mobula being piloted by Dementio. Hades on top with Carronade Artemis on the lower decks. Then we have another Artemis on the port side wing and a Flamethrower on the starboard. You do see some of these asymmetrical builds every so often. We also have the LibGDL. A Goldie being piloted by Luyosi. Blunderfish with a flare on the port side, Flamethrower on the starboard.
And then for the Wings of Daedalus, we have the Das Klein Krokodil, a Piri piloted by Heldiris, that Gat Artemis we saw a little earlier in the day with Banshee Flare Gun support. And wrapping up quickly, we have the Memory, which is a Blunderfish piloted by Igthrill, and the Mime Flare Gun supporting weapons.
Yep, they're already getting into it. Fancy landing shots on the little crocodile.
Yeah,
Armor holding.
Crocodile probably wants to get a little bit closer just so that Hades has got minimal threat, but he also needs to be careful of launching himself into Caro Flamer range, and he definitely seems to be doing that quite well so far.
Fancy losing a lot in that dust storm. Gatling has easy arcs. The Fancy is not looking good right now, but it looks like they're able to keep things under control.
Oh, losing weapons, losing engines. He is moving out at a little bit of an angle, and that's actually the angle that the Crocodile wants, so he can keep that Banshee in arc as well. Fancy, all things considered, staying quite durable, but that balloon is burning out, and he's going to start dropping.
Yeah, this is really, really bad for the Fancy. The little Crocodile definitely going to have the better of this Mobula. The LibGDL has got to shift over to help its ally right now.
Yeah, and I really would have preferred to see the Blunderfish on this Mobula and the Piri on the Goldfish, but all things considered, this appears to be going quite well for the blue team.
Yeah, if the little Crocodile can just manage to block the Fancy from getting out of the way, Fancy gets his balloon back up, burns Hydra.
Memory's getting Goomba stomped real bad right now. He has lost balloon, lost hull, and he has gone from full to nothing.
Wow.
Very quickly.
Ground down.
Yeah, Crocodile needs to finish off the Fancy very quickly. He's got a lot of flames that he has to deal with first, though. That Carronade has got his balloon out, and we are just seeing the full damage potential of that Mobula in full effect. And now the LibGDL is coming to give his ally support. Klein Crocodile is in deep water.
Yeah, LibGDL looking for the ram up against the geometry. Gonna ram him down. Klein Crocodile bounces a little bit. Both ships lose their armor, but LibGDL is in a significantly better position, as in it is not dead.
That is indeed significantly better when you are not dead. Yeah, that would have definitely gone better for Daedalus if they had got Blendy on Mobby and Piri on Goldie, but unfortunately, I like abbreviating my ship names. It's cute. And that's just not what happened. So, twas unfortunate.
I am really surprised that the Fancy actually managed to survive that engagement for as long as it did. I can't believe it, and it took minimal permahull damage. I'm impressed.
Yeah, and I wasn't paying close enough attention. I was keeping one eye over on the Memory and the LibGDL. But as to what the engineers were doing over there on the Fancy, but yeah, just the permabars right now speak a lot for it.
Right now, LibGDL gonna be leading the charge. Fancy a little bit on the side. I wonder how they're going to engage this one. Das Kleine Crocodile looking
opening
not too much. They're just hanging out way out back, then pecking with the Artemis. They want to take out the Carronade before anything happens.
Yeah, probably not the best position for them because the Fancy not only has an Artemis to peck, but a second Artemis and a Hades. Das Klein Crocodile moonshining in, but he is cruising right into the LibGDL's arcs along with the Fancy's Carronades and Flamethrower. As they poke out his balloon, and his hull is not going to be far behind. Memory coming in now on the LibGDL. You want to hit the Fancy, my friend. And it looks like he is going to cruise right on by to do exactly that. Fancy suddenly in a lot of trouble as his balloon drops. He is now losing one of the guns as the engineer has to go to the balloon to repair.
Boom.
Oh boy, that gun loss was not enough of an effect though. Duskline Crocodile does go down. Memory sensing the 2v1 or noticing the 2v1, or however you want to phrase that one, is backing out as quick as he can. But GDL is closing range, and the Fancy has effective range no matter where he goes.
LibGDL moving in, has sight on the memory. Easy to see that nasty black smoke. Fancy moving in as well, going in a little bit high. Where is the memory's ally? There it is, spawns in very close, but this might be a meat grind.
Yeah, memory loses hold. Their balloon is up though. Artemis does appear to be reloading or switching over to the Crocodile. Oh gosh, but yeah, now the memory is on his last legs as the hull drops, the balloon drops. Fancy has to retarget the Crocodile now as his hull is about to burn out. There it goes. Couple explosive shots, a couple more explosive shots, but everything seems to be just out of arc.
They're just throwing out Banshee to try and disable the Fancy, cause chaos. Chaos is really nasty on a Mobula. Look at that.
Oh man, and
there's memory the goes down.
The memory goes down, but the Fancy not far behind. And now it's the LibGDL versus the Klein Crocodile. If the Klein Crocodile can get his nose cone there defending his balloon, he might have a chance.
Not quite.
No.
Balloon down.
Balloon does drop. Gatling going into the LibGDL. Lib is probably going to retreat here.
No, it's just trying to get behind it and take out those engines, have a nice arc on the balloon.
Memory spawns in, and Memory is going to be closing distance as quick as he can. I don't know if he's going to be able to do any sort of major permanent damage to the Crocodile before the Memory is able to come in.
Now LibGDL wants to get the nuzzle into the ground.
The Crocodile does lose hull. Losing a fair amount of perma, but at what cost? His memory is now in effective range, popping balloon, hurting hulls.
Balloon down on Duskline and Crocodile. Flamethrower doing quite a bit of work to keep this Pyrrha down. LibGDL just wants to keep both of these ships locked down so the Fancy can come in, and it's coming.
It's mobiling right down the desert, Scrap. It will take him a while, but he does have some very nice long-range weapons. We're seeing those Artemises exploding just outside range here, so it's just going to be a couple more seconds before he can come in.
Oh, no.
But LibGDL does get rammed out, and Memory now... I think the Fancy's a little far away for the Memory to stage a charge right now, and these guys are really just better off ducking behind a little bit of hard cover as opposed to closing in on the Fancy, who is now backing up.
Yeah, the Riders are extremely aggressive this time, though, working against them. Mm-hmm. They really needed to back off that one. The Fancy is way too slow to actually manage to do anything. You saw, even with the extreme range of the Artemis, they were popping early.
Yeah. And this is just... On any other map, that may have worked, but Dune's just so big that it took him too long to get over there. The effective range was not quite reached, and Fancy's effective range is really mid and close, long range. If he had some field guns instead, maybe. But
yeah, I agree. Now the little Crocodile has quite a bit of permahull damage down on it, and the Riders are 1 kill away from victory. I think that this permahull, like this Pyrrha, is really going to be the most important factor in these next engagements. Mm-hmm. Can it manage to keep its permahull up in the next engagement, in the next couple of engagements? That's really what it comes down to. The memory will be fine, I think. The Goldfish has tons of permahull. Yeah. It takes a little bit of chip, that's fine. But this Pyrrha really needs to play carefully.
If they manage to take out the Fancy and scare off the Lib, then... Daedalus really puts themselves in a good position to actually win this one as they get within the winning threshold of 3 points.
Flare's coming out. Little Crocodile is spotted. Fancy already beginning its barrage.
And the memory is now spotted as well, slightly blocked out. I don't think he can fit through this little between these two pipes here. He's gonna, gosh darn though, he is gonna try. No. He cannot.
He's got to stop. He's got to stop before he comes out of that rib. Fancy has nice arcs now.
Yeah, Fancy has beautiful arcs. Memory thought that he could fit between these two pipes, and he absolutely cannot. He is in full stop. Duskline Crocodile thought he had ally support, began to move in, and is now very much overextended between these two ships. Hades starting to connect. That hole is going to drop very shortly, and the Artemii are going to start landing. I think this is the end of the match.
Pretty sure. Armor down, hull down.
Ram.
Riders take game number 1 very convincingly despite a 5-2.
There was a hello AI. Where are you going?
No, where are you going? Come back. You need to pose.
AI, you're not posing. That was funny.
Oh, it's back.
There's
They
AI.
got their AI under control. Took a
AI,
tweak.
get over here.
Took a little tweak.
All right.